right, all throughout my career. But to culminate my career, this was best, and it was a wonderful experience. But it was a program that I stole from a speaker that I heard. She was the National High School Teacher of the Year, and she shared a bunch of ideas, and this one piqued my interest. I'm like, oh, well, I can do that. And so I stole it and put it in the middle school. And it's called Positive Principals Office Referrals.
Okay.
And it's where all the adults in the building could refer students to the principal's office for good things instead of for being in trouble. And so over the last 3 years, I had almost 400 students referred through that program because teachers bought into it. They realized how awesome it was. And so there was a Google form, and the teachers filled out just a paragraph of why they wanted this kid to be recognized, why they wanted him to send to the principal's office and have a positive interaction, and what they deserved. And so they would send they would fill out the Google form. I would get an email. And then when I got time, I would pull the student into my office. And you can imagine students getting pulled out of class. The principal needs to see you, right? And you know that if they're 13 years old, they're going to be nervous.
Yep.
And some of them, they've been in my office the week before for a behavior that they needed to be talked to about.
Sure, yeah.
And so anyway, they would come into my office, and some of the kids, I would ask them, is this your first time ever in the principal's office? And they're like, yes. I'm like, awesome. So, and then I would kind of break the good news to them that this was a positive visit and explain the whole program to them, that they were referred to me for something they had done, some improvement they had done, or just something noteworthy that the teacher wanted them to be recognized. So I would read the paragraph to them, which they're good adults that have high intelligence, not only in their subjects, but in relationships. Mm-hmm. And so you can imagine that the paragraphs that I read to the students, they were personal. They were, intimate's not the right word, but they were like individualized.
Yeah.
They were powerful. They were positive, and they were just, they promoted self-esteem. Mm-hmm. And so I would read that to the student and tell them, the teacher that wanted you to be recognized, this is who it is, and this is what they said about you. And I had several students cry in my office with how good they felt.
Yeah.
And then I would give them a candy bar, a regular sized candy bar, and a front of the lunch line pass, a button to the lunch line for free.
Sweet.
Do you remember those?
No, I never got any of those.
They were like gold at the middle school, and they are like gold. And then I would give them a ticket to our drawing called a Falcon Feather.
Okay.
And so anyway, then I would say, let's call one of your parents and tell them all about this and read this to them. And so oftentimes I would just have them pull out their cell phone, and we would call and put it on speakerphone. And then I would tell them, just tell your mom or your dad, hey, I'm in the principal. Hi, Mom. And then Mom would say hi. And then I'm in the principal's office, right? And the student, when we were prepping this, they would smile at me, and they would get on board with playing a small joke or making their parent feel a little bit uncomfortable right out at the beginning of the phone call, and smile about it. And then we would tell the parent the good news, and we would tell them all about this. You know, your students are smiling and I'm smiling, so don't be worried. This is a good phone call.
Yeah.
And then I would read that to them and tell them that we appreciated the influence and the impact that their son or daughter is having at the middle school, and that they're being noticed for good things. Mm-hmm. We appreciate you as a parent for raising a good son or daughter. They're doing good things at the middle school. You must be doing something right, Cindy or whoever I was talking to. Because it was true. It wasn't just insincere. It was real. Sure. Because this whole program was real, and it was really, it was impactful. It's a good word for it. So I had parents, some parents, you're going to make me cry, or some that actually did cry as they learned about the good, noteworthy things that their student was getting recognized for. But the rest of the program, which is really the best again, the whole program is awesome, right?
Yeah.
But the other best part of it is that I would ask permission from the parent and the student if we could record on the school iPad that I had a video message from the student back to the teacher of gratitude or what they like about their class, or simply just thanking them.